Now let's take a look at packaging. Packaging is different from publishing. Packaging actually allows you to take all of the source files from your project. That includes the audio, the quizzes, the PowerPoint, and everything, and package those up together to be shared with others. In the case of your class, that package is what you'll turn in for the purpose of uploading it to the e-learning server. The other ways that it can be used is it's a great way if you're doing team collaboration. So say you're working with somebody else remote and you want to share your whole package with them. Creating that package will give them everything, and once they create their changes or make their changes and they give it back to you, you can work together on that. From what I've seen in my experience, it's pretty flawless. Once it gets going and you have all those files, you really can go back and forth and have a pretty successful collaboration from that perspective. It's also really nice for creating a backup copy because it takes everything, again, puts it in a nice zip file and creates a packaged file that then can be saved. So if you're doing versioning, it's a great way of maintaining versioning as well. So let's take a look at the packaging process. Now, unlike creating a published version, packaging is actually not done through the Articulate ribbon up here. It's actually done through the File menu. So the way we'll do that is we'll click on the File menu, and then we'll go to Save and Send. Under Save and Send, we have Articulate Package. Click on Articulate Package, and then click again on Articulate Package. And now we have our options. So it's going to ask me what folder I'd like to put it in. I've already set my folder as that same work folder that I'm using, which is Articulate Walkthrough. So that's already set. My project name, I've already set my project name to match that published version that I had before. I put my version number in because I do want to maintain versioning. In my case, if it's a small change, it'd be 1.1. If it's a large change, it would be maybe 2.0. That is something personal that you can work on just depending on what your methodology is for maintaining your versions. I've also put my name and my email address. If there were special instructions, you can certainly do that, but it's not necessary. Once all of these options are done, if you want to do that, you then click Create Package, and it takes, again, all of those files and puts them all together into one zip. And again, I'm going to stop this process so you don't have to watch the entire thing, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the output. So the package is now complete. Again, you'll see a pop-up that says the publish was successful, and it'll ask if you want to open the folder. Again, I'm not going to do this because I want to show you in the other folder. So I'm going to click Close again, and I'm going to again minimize my PowerPoint file. I'm going to give it a second here. There we go. And now we're going to go into that folder that I was using, that Articulate Walkthrough folder on my desktop. And you'll see that there's still that presenter output, the one we use for publishing, but now I have a new one. I have my package. So a couple things to notice about that is it says compressed zip, so it is a zip folder. You can see the little zipper on the icon, and it says Articulate Walkthrough Package. So I'm going to open up that zip file. I'm going to double click on it. Now, this is the easiest way to tell that you've done the right things. Number one, I have the quiz file. So my quiz is included in this, and it is editable as a separate file. I've got my notes. Had I added a bunch of information, it would still be in that notes file, and that always is included. You'll also see the PPTX, which is just a copy of that original one that I did, and you'll see the PPTA, which includes my audio. So if I were to unzip this and open it, I would have an exact duplicate of the original project I created, which is here. So essentially what Articulate did was it took these three things and it copied them appropriately with all of the things that are, all the things that's needed, and it placed it into a zip file. I can now take this zip and I can turn it in through the Dropbox, and then I will use that zip to publish it to the e-learning. So now let's do a quick review of the different items that will be happening for submitting a package, now that you've seen how to create one. So you'll create the package just like you just saw. You'll then submit that package to the Dropbox. I will then actually download that file from the Dropbox, and then unzip it and publish it to the e-learning server. So you don't have to do that part. You just have to get that completed package to me in the Dropbox, and then I will take care of placing it on that server. I will then share a link with you. This link will allow you to send it to your peers for review, and they'll be able to view it from that e-learning server. The other advantage to doing it that way is that all of the data will be collected and saved. That will then allow you to get reports back later. So being able to put it on that e-learning server, being able to save that data is going to be really, really helpful to you in continuously improving your work as you go along. So now let's take a look at what it does look like to publish to the server. Even though, again, this is not something you have to do, I just want to give you some context as to what that looks like.